And next up on tap, man, Javante Davis and Frank Martin. Man, this fight is heating up. If you didn't see the face off in the press conference, a lot of energy, man, a lot of tension. And Javante Davis is here to put the world on notice that he's the new face of boxing. You feel me? And he does this, without a real legitimate title. I don't think Javante I think the WBA, made him the regular champion. I don't think Javante has actually won a title in the ring at lightweight. And that's what we're waiting to see. Javante Davis against Frank Martin. And if he can win that fight, go on and fight some of these bigger name belt holders, champions out there. Let's get these guys unified and separate these guys from each other. See who's really the cream of the top. And I think we're going to get a little peek at that, June 15th. But I don't think this fight is going to go as Javante Davis is planning or as easy as he's planning. I think Frank Martin is on paper one of the best fighters Javante Davis has faced. And when you look at a guy like Frank Martin's ability, when you look at his boxing ability, and also a little power there. You can't underestimate his power. I know his last fight wasn't as exciting as he wanted it to be. I think the fans expected a whole lot more, but he was able to control that fight and win the decision nonetheless. He was in there with a very awkward type of fighter, but a lot of times we got to figure those guys out too. You feel me? And I think Frank Martin is up for this fight. I think he knows that this fight really put all eyes on him. You feel me? And I believe he's coming to this fight with the right attitude. That's something to be applauded. I think he really believes in himself to the point that he's not counting himself out before this fight. And sometimes that's all you need, somebody that really truly believes they can win. You feel me? And I think Frank Martin is going to put his best game on display. I think when I break that face off down, Javante Davis still confident and still feels that he's one of the best fighters in the world, pound for pound. But again, these long layoffs does nothing for these talented, gifted fighters. Does nothing but make them rusty. You feel me? If you're not active, and Frank Martin is coming in with the activity. I believe Frank has had 3 fights in the last 12 months. And Javante Davis only 1 fight in the last year and 3 months. I don't know if that's going to take a toll. It's probably going to show up early in the first 2 or 3 rounds. But after that, I believe, Javante Davis' experience is going to show up. His talent is going to show up. And we're going to see where Frank is at that time. When Javante stepped on that gas, to force his issue, will Frank be able to meet that head on and give Javante some of his own medicine? That's what it's going to take to win this fight. And that's what it's going to take for Frank Martin, to show Javante that he's in with a different type of cat. And sometimes those guys are just out there. They just come in different. They're not believing the hype. You feel me? You're going to have to show and prove. And I think Frank Martin is one of those type of fighters, man. Javante had mentioned something about his trainer, Derek James. And, I'm not going to really go there, but everything's going to be revealed. What you do in camp going to show up on fight night, and I'm not saying, what's going to happen. But like I said, I would love to be able to put eyes on these guys, and then I can truly see and give you a real take of what these guys are going to be bringing to the table. But if I can't get in there and see for myself, I'm only speculating, just like all the rest of us. You see what I mean? But I try to lean on my experience, put myself in these fighters' places and back to when I was active and how I approached it. You feel me? It ain't much change back since then, just the principles. You feel me? But I believe this fight is the one to watch. This fight has the makeup of being a fight of the year type because I think we're going to see some things in this fight that we're not expecting to see from both sides. And I hope both of these guys have elevated their game. And man, they come to that center of the ring and put on a great show on June 15th. And no matter who wins, I think either one of these guys are going to be moving on in a big, big way because there's only big fights looming after this. You feel me? And upset in boxing is always good for the sport. You know what I mean? A lot of these guys get comfortable on top of that mountain as if these guys don't have their face on that heavy bag. You feel me? Sometimes, it's easier to be the hunted rather than the hunter. You feel me? It's easier to be the hunter rather than the hunted. You feel me? When you on top of that mountain, everybody gunning at you. Everybody want what you got. You feel me? So you got to get it right every time. They only got to get it right that night. You feel me? If you want to stay put where you at on top of the mountain, pound for pound conversation, yeah, you're gonna have to put on for the city, man. But hey, stay tapped in. You've been listening to Tarvis Take Me. I hope you enjoyed my breakdown, and we're gonna bring it some more action to you next weekend. Man, I mean, I'll be over there in Saudi Arabia to see Undisputed, man. I'm gonna be live, giving you guys all the content. Gonna be talking to the other, legends of the game. So stay tapped in, man. If you haven't gone over to my YouTube channel, please do. Tarvis Take on YouTube, the most informative take in boxing. Just remember where you heard it first. Like, share, comment, and subscribe, man. We're almost up to 10,000 subscribers. I think we can get there this weekend. If you tell a friend to tell a friend, I appreciate it. Till the next time, stay tapped in.